Okay, what's good? What's good? Okay, basically, got my braids on and everything. But yeah, another week, another uncut entry. This week, I'm pretty much been reflecting on like being resilient and then being in the trenches and how I'm in that period of time where it's just things don't seem to be moving as quick as I want it to. And it's like my circumstances doesn't line up with my actual potential, and that just it rubs off me in a wrong way, like almost to the point where it feels like I got a chip on my shoulder, like, oh man, my circumstances does not reflect what I'm truly capable of. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been thinking. But we'll get right into it. This week, same shit, different week. Sending out job applications, actually hearing back from ME+EM. I don't know why it took them 2 weeks to come back to me to only tell me that it's an entry level, that it's not an entry level role, and then that they're looking for someone with more experience. When I can remember right that during the interview, they were so focused on saying that, oh, this job role is, we don't expect you to know everything. You'll be learning on the job, da 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 da. And then they also broke down like the sort of the hierarchy, and they were like, it's assistant garment tech, and then a junior garment tech, and then a senior garment tech, and then a lead, a higher up. So it literally, on the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, perfect, it's an entry level role. And then only 2 weeks later to tell me that I'm inexperienced and that it's not an entry level role. Like, man, don't waste my time like that, man. Like, you literally had my CV. Like, why bring me into an interview if I don't have the experience? It's like the job market is already shit as it is. Like, don't waste my time. You get me? Like, if these recruiters or whatever, hiring managers, if they can't even take their time to read a resume, skim through it and be like, yeah, this person is inexperienced. Like, don't even bother bringing me to an interview. Like, don't waste my time and get my hopes up and then just make me wait 2 weeks only for you to say you're inexperienced. Say that to my face during the interview. Or even just don't even bring me to an interview. But even with that, I think it's bullshit. I'm the type, I'll learn on the job. See, the thing is, you just need that one person to just, yeah, okay, I believe in you. I see your potential. Like, I don't even have grudge against these people. I mean, they're doing their job. Like, at the end of the day, it's them that has to hire and then see if the person's deemed fit. But I think most of these people are just choosy, looking for that perfect candidate. But yeah, it is what it is. I think how job hiring should be is there's a trial period, see how someone works, and then boom. Then tell me if I'm inexperienced. Then tell me if I can't do the job. But yeah, man, it's only a mere assistant garment tech. I'm trying to build a brand now, that's like one cog in this whole machine. So yeah, that just kind of pissed me off a bit. I'm like, wasted my time, man. And Well, at least right after I got that message this week, I received an email. Oh, I sent out an application for Boxraw, and I did an interview literally the following day. But yeah, with the Boxraw, they're like a boxing apparel brand. Recently signed a deal with the Ring magazine, so that in any Ring magazine events, that their branding will be just slapped everywhere, and obviously their apparel is worn by the fighters and everything like that. So they're on in a roll right now. Only caveat to that is it's in Coventry. Like, bro, like why are these boxing companies that I would happily work at, like a box row, like a matchroom, they're like outside London, man's piss take. But if they're open to hybrid option, 2 days in the office, 3 days remote, then we can work something out there. But I'll see how that goes, because I literally had the interview on Thursday. Was it Thursday? Friday. Yeah, yesterday. I had it on yesterday in the morning. So yeah, we'll see. They'll get back to me and then let me know. See, this is what I want, man. I want these people to either say it to my face or get back to me the next day if they they see me fit or not fit for the job. Yeah, man, it's shit. It's crazy, man. These people need to understand, like, yo, the job market right now is cooked. Yeah, you're lucky to be working. There's people out there sending, like myself, sending. Man, I'm defo approaching 800 or down to 1,000 job applications sent in the last 6 months. Like, don't waste our time, like, we're already, like, at least for me, I'm like, let me just fucking land the job, man. Let me, just someone give me that chance to, get back to a 9 to 5, and then, not worry about job hunting. Because for me, a job at this point, a job is a job, and I'm actually super broad where I'm applying. So I could end up being an illustration artist. I could end up being a graphic designer. I can end up being an assistant garment tech. I can end up being a part one architectural assistant. I can just whatever, man. As long as it aligns with my experiences, then yeah, the I could be anything by the end of this year. Literally. At least in terms of a 9 to 5. Because for me, a 9 to 5 is just to fuel my dream. And that dream and goal is to build my business. POG, Galanachi, all my creative ventures, all of all of that, all of that I'm doing now. The reason for my 9 to 5 job hunting is to fuel that, to learn industry standard procedures, network, and all of that, and then feed all of that into building my businesses and ventures, creative ventures. Because yeah, I got a job right now, like bartender, but yeah, a bar job, man, it's not the most motivating role. It's it's just me just killing time and getting paid for that. I'm not really learning anything that's of substance. I mean, you learn and sharpen your people skill, but it's a fucking bar job. Like, you type the numbers on the till, the hand them the alcohol, like, yo, it it helps me get by, but it's a lot different from having a 9 to 5, that's a assistant garment tech where I can learn about production, manufacturing, and then more about like the garment side of the fashion industry, or if an illustration artist, being in a team and conceptualizing, illustrating, and all that shit. You get the point. But yeah, man. And then what else this week? Du-du-du-du. Oh yeah, Rhoger, man. Shout out to you, man. He sent me a DM. He's actually flying from LA to London, so we should be linking up anytime soon in the next couple of days. And Roger's just, he's an upcoming boxer, Filipino American boxer, soon to turn pro. He supported me a lot with my creative ventures. I designed his boxing branding. I also did his merches, and will continue to help him creatively in that aspect. And I met him back in 2023 or 2024 when I was out in LA for my cousin's wedding. So, and we've connected even, I think maybe back in, how long ago? I can't remember, but it's been a couple of years now that I've connected with him, and he's been supportive with my ventures. Galanachi, G the Fighter, G Verse, man. He's what you could say like the number one fan. If you're trying to look for a number one fan, he would be a good example. Like, just supports me with all my creative ventures. So man, I'm gonna be loyal to that. But yeah, should link up. Should be good. Because it was like a brief thing that when we linked up in LA, because I think the next day I had to fly back home. But here he will have a couple of days out here, and I'm just in London anyway, so I'll be able to just link up easy and take our time to chop things up. But yeah, nah, that's it so far this week. Yeah, that I can remember. See, sometimes you get weeks like this when there isn't much motion. There is, but then it's not like as active as some. And oh yeah, also I had like my first closing in this bar. Oh, second day closing at this bar job, where I started at 4 p.m. and then finished like midnight. And my shit's just draining, man. Honestly, just draining, man. Like, customer service, hospitality is draining. If you're on your feet all day dealing with customers. I mean, at this bar job, the customers aren't even really the problem. Like, it depends. Like, if you have colleagues that just brings in a terrible vibe, it just ruins the whole experience, and it's just mentally draining. But yeah, man, I just can't wait to just land a 9 to 5 role. Because with a bar job, you could have either a morning shift, a mid shift, or a late shift. So there's no consistency in the shift. So trying to build a routine is next to non-existent. And I just want to go back to a routine, so that I know what I'm doing and at what hour and whatnot. That's why I'm just like, yo, let me just land this motherfucking 9 to 5 role, man. But yeah, man, fuck, gotta be patient. This is when like being resilient kicks in, man. Especially in this period of my career. Like I was reflecting back the other, or either was it a couple days ago, like 5 years ago, I was in customer service. I was working part time at Pret, sweeping, mopping the floors and shit. And then 5 years on, I'm still, I'm back to that, sweeping the floors, mopping it, shit like that. And I'm just like, fuck. So this is what it takes to, like, build your dream, you know. Sometimes it may look like you have to start from zero again. But then during that 5 years, I've gained so much experience in terms of building a brand, building a business, client work, industry knowledge about fashion, things like that. So I'm not even starting from zero. I'm starting zero with experience. But yeah, man, it's following your dreams, working on your goals. Yo, that shit's hard, man. It's easy to stay in a fucking 9 to 5 and just be comfortable. Cool, you have days where it's hard. But I would say it's easier to just be comfortable. It's easier to just stay in one job. It's easier to never push yourself to do it or to challenge yourself. For me, I've been challenging myself, man, since the day I chose to do architecture. And then all the way up until now, always taking risks, always making calculative pivots, always stretching myself, always challenging myself. That's why I feel like being in the trenches is just the hardest thing, man. That's why I swear to God, I can't wait until like I get over this period where I'm just deep in the trenches. I'm in the battlefield, no man's land. This is the part where people quit and I'm still pushing through. Because for me, I'm purpose driven. That's why I'm able to go back to a bar, like a hospitality customer service job. Like to me, it's to make ends meet. It's what will allow me to make the small steps towards my goals. Even if it means going back to hospitality, customer service, even though I've already experienced corporate with being in the architecture industry for a year. But yeah, man, you gotta be humble, and the journey will get your ego checked. Big time. Of course, my ego says, yo, I should be way ahead and I should be not where I am right now. But things don't go the way you plan and things don't happen the way you'd want it to happen. And obviously, everything happens for a reason, and then you only know what the reason is when everything has been said and done and you're reflecting back. But yeah, man, defo, this is the most challenging part of my career so far. Yeah, because it's a reality, man. Bills got to be paid, rent's got to be paid. Reaching I'm almost 30, so I'm thinking of getting married, thinking of having kids soon, and on top of that, building a business and all of that. That's a lot, man. Okay, some only think about having a family, Some only think about just, building a business or just focusing on their career, whatever. But for me, there's just a whole bunch of shit that I'm juggling. And I just can't wait until, I lock a 9 to 5. And then I can start rolling the ball and just getting back on my feet. But yeah, man, shit. See, this is the reality, man. I'm 100% people who have made it. Okay, maybe there's a few that actually documented their come up journey. If I can remember right, like the Kanye's, like his documentary. I think even like rapper like Doechii, I've seen clips of her documenting her come up, but not many, really document how what the reality of chasing your dreams or working towards your dreams. I don't like saying chasing because that means you're just always behind what you're trying to aim for. I'm working towards my dream, man. I'm building my dream. And sometimes it looks like this, man. This is like the foundational part. It's the foundation. You're you're laying the foundation. So you haven't even built on top of the foundation yet. That's why it feels like, where's the things that I can show for? I mean, of course, I got my samples. I have tees, hoodies for my brand that I could show for designs and that. But when you're me, when you're the person doing your best to realize the goal, you will always feel like, oh, it's never enough, and oh, I'm not there yet. But to be fair, I've come a long way. Whether it be the mindset, my approach, the concept of the brand, the design language, the maturity of my vision. Yeah, I've come a long way. But yeah, man, yeah. Even 5 years in, oh yeah, almost 5 years in, I still feel like a student. I still feel like a beginner. I think it will always be like that. You'll always feel like a beginner, student of the game. And I think if you think that, yeah, I'm here, I think that's when you're done. Like if you feel like you have nothing else to learn, yeah, that's it. It's game over. Like there's no more progress after that. But yeah, man. I've just been Jesus fucking Christ. Yo, over here, man. The the mic just fell off. But yeah, that's it, man. I think that can't really think of anything else this week. That's it from me. I'm out. Peace.